Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AHP Live. Today, I have my very first guest for my podcast, Raqib. He's a Malaysian comedian, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Thanks, man. It's really great to be here with our clothes on for once.
Hey, don't say that. We recorded this after we recorded the podcast. So what you're going to experience right now is basically we're going to throw you guys into the midst of our conversation. It's a fun hour and a half.
Yeah.
Of course, hopefully an hour after I did it.
Yes.
So hope you guys enjoy. I had a blast doing it. Oh, Raqib, did you have fun with this?
I had a lot of fun. My DNA is all over the place right now.
Hey, shut up now. Okay. I was doing that, and the Makeout Song, we did it with a Popsicle in the sound booth.
Oh, great.
And, and
nothing good starts with, we did it with a Popsicle.
And my university teacher was like, all right, this is what I did for the Makeout Song. And he listened to it and was like, I don't think you're making out. It sounds like you're doing something else. And I was really puzzled. Like, I have the dirtiest mind in the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck that was he was on about.
Yeah.
And then I listened to it and then I watched porn later on. I was like, I get that's what she's doing to the stepbrother.
The stepsister got stuck in a washing machine again. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing... See, her
she
first
really
mistake...
doesn't have money for that pizza.
No.
She really...
No, the plumbing is due. No, the first mistake was, we're gonna do it with a Popsicle. I feel.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Like, okay, hang on, lady. I don't know if you've seen a Popsicle before, but nobody makes out, quote unquote, with a Popsicle.
Let's get a little close, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get.
I don't think nobody makes out with a Popsicle.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do with a Popsicle is just very gingerly molest it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
there is no.
They were in the sound booth just going.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
Yeah. I mean, if a Popsicle had sentience, it would have canceled the whole world by now.
Yeah, probably, man.
So this was not the right tool to use for make-out noises. Yeah. I don't know, the back of your hand, maybe.
Yeah, use your hand, like and you make out with your hand, basically.
Yeah, you make out with Mr. Suckle.
A WWE reference for you guys out there.
Yeah. Mr. Suckle, you're looking especially fine today. Is your sock double weave? You look thick. I don't know why.
Wow.
Mick Foley sounds like a South Park character, but it made sense in my head at the time.
Yeah, it did. It made sense at the time. It was beautiful. I listened to how he came up with Mr. Suckle and everything. He said, "Look, I'm not the most athletic person in the WWE ever.
Yeah,
and but I needed to be the most entertaining." And by God, he was.
Holy shit. Yeah. Mick Foley should be dead by now. Honestly, with the amount of work that he's put in with his wrestling and shit. And he's the only person I think who's gotten into a Royal Rumble 3 times with 3 different personalities.
He had Mankind, Mick Foley, and
Cactus Jack, Dude Love.
Dude Love, yeah. Look, that's 4, including himself.
Himself. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, how do you sleep at night with all of these things in your head?
I heard about his Hell in a Cell match. It was like fucking bananas.
Yeah. We keep going back to that match because I was like 13 or 14 when this thing showed. And in my head, I'm like, I know people tell me that wrestling is fake. But gravity isn't fake. No. He just fell off a 20-foot cage. He's probably dead, So I don't know. It's
You know what he said about when he got suplexed into the top of the cage?
Yeah.
What happened was that he was at first he was going to suplex the Undertaker on top of the and if you see the match, Undertaker resists.
Yes.
And then he suplexes Mick Foley into the cage, which it caves in and he falls into the ring.
Yeah.
And he said I spoke with Undertaker after that, and he was very worried and all that. And he said like, the only thing I remember very clearly about that match was the sound of the plastic strings that were holding the cage together snapping as we were walking on top of it.
Oh no.
So when he was going to suplex him on top of it, he was like, oh no, you fucking don't. If anybody's gonna be suplexed, it's you. And then the strings, all of them snapped and they fucking went through.
God damn.
And he's like, he got close to my face and just said, go home. It's like, no.
Undertaker is an interesting character, you know, Mark Calloway, right?
Yeah.
Because he cares for the other wrestlers, which is very unusual in the industry. So he takes this special consideration into, you know, other people's welfare and success, because there is none otherwise in wrestling. So when he's telling you to go home, you should probably listen.
He never breaks character.
He doesn't.
Like all of his friends are like, he never breaks character. We were all trying to pull, like we all had bets who's gonna be the one makes him laugh or break character during the match. And he has rarely broke character. Like there was like a handful of times that they say, like it was like one time like Stone Cold was talking about it. Yeah. Where he like you know that Undertaker does that move, and it's like he snaps his hair back and looks at you in the eye. Yeah. He does that and they look each other in the eye and they both burst out laughing. And there's like another time also I was talking about same thing. I think it was Stone Cold as well. Mankind won. Is like if he's telling you to go home, he's not Undertaker anymore. He's Mark Calloway's like, bro,
you should probably go home.
Yeah, another time was like he said he rarely break character. Stone Cold had just came from his neck surgery and he was taking bumps. Yeah, and like he went. It was a tag team match and Stone Cold he saw Undertaker is like looking at him and he said, "Wait, what?" He said, "The fuck you doing, man?"
I feel like if you're a 6'9" behemoth, though, you don't have to put too much character in.
No. He did actually. Actually, to be honest with you, the way everybody talks about him, it seems like he is very much that very stoic. Yeah. A very nice guy, but incredibly stoic, kind of a very quiet personality. Yeah. So I really like that about him. You saw the match that he died with Goldberg in Saudi Arabia?
No, I didn't see that.
I stopped watching WWE for a long time already.
Me too.
Yeah, it started to suck back big time.
I remember just like old interviews from like back when tech TV was still a thing. And there was this game journalist called Adam Sessler, and he was having a conversation with the dude who played Kane.
Oh yeah. Kane.
And out of the ring, Kane is just like a dude, just like if you can imagine Steve-O Joslin, but slightly bigger. Steve-O Joslin is an American comedian, large, friendly giant sort of a dude. Not very stoic at all. Almost just a bit goofy. But he used to run a political blog, which was really interesting. Sort of a centrist. Not stoic at all.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, not really. No, he joked about the Xbox controllers being too big, which I thought was really funny.
Kane is a mayor.
Is he a mayor now?
He was a mayor once.
Oh crap.
I don't know where. But he's like an active politician.
How do you go to that dude and say, Yeah, so the reports haven't come in yet.
Chokeslam you.
Just an intern flying off the balcony.
Oh God!
What happened? Mayor Kane didn't get his report.
It's like, oh, another one.
Get another intern. We need another. Oh, jeez.
It was what was it? The thing. I actually listened to this on YMH. This guy who's a wrestling enthusiast. I don't know how we started talking about wrestling, by the way.
No.
That just totally became a thing for the topic of conversation.
Yeah,
It was YMH. This dude was talking about he went backstage in the like WWF era. And the WWF had this race. This Asian character, this Asian pro wrestler with a mask and everything.
Yeah.
And his name was Kimchi.
No. Why?
It's like, ladies and gentlemen, Kimchi. He would come and he would like do kung fu and shit. And he went backstage and he realized that Kimchi is not even Asian.
No.
It's just like, God damn it.
Yeah. This reminds me of this bit by Dion Cole about how he says he's a racist, but he's racist about his food. Like if he goes to a Indian restaurant, there better be a lady in the back with a dot on her forehead cooking something, or it's not authentic.
Yeah, true.
You know, if I go to a Mexican restaurant, you know, there better be like, you know, a whole bunch of Mexican people in the back. They're just cooking and the radio better be on. You know, an Italian restaurant got to be a big, hairy Italian dude there making pasta, and there better be hair on my food. And he says that he went to a Chinese restaurant and suddenly a giant black dude in a karate outfit comes in holding a tray of orange chicken. Welcome to Chang's Orange Chicken. Would you like to try our orange chicken? And he's like, man, you're as black as you are. Get the hell out of here. And he's like, look, I got probation for 5 years. Do you want this chicken or not? I'll have the orange chicken.
I'll have the orange chicken. You know Dave Attell?
Yeah.
Have you listened to his podcast, his stand-up special, Skanks for the Memories?
No. What a title.
I didn't get it for a very long time, what it could possibly mean.
Yeah.
Then I realized, he just took thanks and turned it to skanks.
Just a pun.
Yeah, it really took me a long time to understand that.
Skanks for the memories.
I was like, what does that mean?
Are all your memories about skanks? No. He's just a very grateful man.
He's just playing on the word.
Yeah. He's thankful for the skanks.
You know, he has a boy. He's on his bit about the Eskimos.
Okay, you gotta explain to me because I've never heard this before.
He said, "Well, you talk about Eskimos, or as I call them, the snow Mexicans." Dude, you just spilled all over.
I just got chocolate all over.
Oh God!
I am so sorry.
Oh fuck! I got Milo all over me.
Oh no, there's a tissue over there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta stop this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Raqib just squirted Milo all over my face. Get close to the mic.
First of all, I'm very, very sorry for spewing cold chocolate on everything. I wasn't expecting snow Mexicans. It's kind of hot. Yeah.
There are worse things you could have squirted over me. I'm very grateful.
It takes forever to get my pants off, but yeah, sure.
Oh God! At least buy a girl dinner first, man.
Jeez.
So where the fuck were we?
Welcome to the Squirting Podcast,
where we exchange fluids.
Yes.
Oh god, this is gonna be fun to edit. Get the tissue.
Yes.
I just came.
Your DNA is all over me.
Hey, let's make a baby together.
People listening, I'm not sure if this is hot or not. Could be hot. I'm not sure. The jury's still out.
Yeah, it was a good excuse for me to clean my laptop as well. I think we got your DNA mixed with my DNA. Yeah.
We got chocolate and body fluids on my computer.
Yeah.
And all your friends are like, again? What do you mean again?
You know what we call that?
Yeah.
Pulling a George Washington.
I can't.
Yeah, you're writing the Human Declaration of Human Rights, and then you're having all the slaves and everything.
The most amount of slaves of any slave owner in the country at the time, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken.
How many?
Oh, I can't remember. It was, I saw...
just Washington himself?
Just Washington probably had, I don't know, hundreds of slaves.
Yeah, and he loved them too. Really.
Not as hard as Jefferson.
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
Jefferson sired a bunch of children with his descendants are still around, actually. Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, so these rappers. Jefferson. Wow, they did. They quite resemble why I hate America so much.
It's a weird sort of country because it takes so much pride in itself.
Yeah, there's like so much. You know that bit I say was like Americans are like Nazis with better publicists. They're doing the same shit the Nazis are doing. Yeah. They're just presenting it a little bit better.
That's essentially it. If you look at American politics, it's all marketing. It's all labeling.
Yeah.
You know, it's all slogan work and it's all chanting, and it's there to simply pass a really bad idea with really, really good verbiage. You know, the past past few elections have essentially been just the domination of verbiage. Like, I found out that people didn't realize that the Obamacare and the Affordable Health Care Act was the same thing, because they had used the phrase Obamacare so often it disassociated people from the service that they were actually enjoying and
Seriously?
wanted to. Yeah, they didn't know. That's how powerful the marketing for politics can be.
Shit.
Because it modifies how you think. That's how good it's become.
There was they were talking about how Obama was basically Obama passed a bill to stop the production of a development of an oil field in Native American lands.
Yeah, the pipeline.
The pipeline, and then but he did that knowing full well that the next president will revoke it. So he only did that for the sake of his own, let's say, air quotes, legacy. So there's like layers and layers of like pretending that you're good, but in reality you're just a piece of shit as the rest of them. That's why like people like when Trump came along. I'm telling everybody, it's like the second I saw Trump giving his very first speech coming down from that escalator, I knew at least if he's not going to win, at the very least he will make it to the. If he's not going to win, at the very least he will be at the end, at the finish line.
Right. Yeah, he's going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, he will be there. Because he was like a breath of fresh air for people. Yeah, like Obama is like is an asshole who's like hides it.
Right.
Trump is like, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Suck my dick. Kiss my ass.
Probably actually said that behind closed doors.
Yeah. His entire campaign is basically Obama was talking about going to we need to help the people of Syria. Trump said, what is our share of the oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my share. Where's my piece of the pie? I think that's it.
I think this is, Malcolm X called it chickens coming home to roost. with regards to JFK dying, which we'll get back to in a bit.
Yeah, one of my favorite days of the year.
No, but it's this thing of where the disingenuous manner in which politics is conducted has gone on for so long, and people knows it's bullshit.
Yeah.
That when you just go out and say it, everybody's like, oh, thank God, somebody's just not lying to us. Like we're not sharing in this lie all the time. That can be dangerous in its own right because it can make you complacent. Because if you don't at least pretend to be a good person, you're never gonna be one. That can be problematic as well. But there is this thing of where you walk around wondering, is this all for anything with regards to politics? Because a lot of it, as I mentioned before, is just marketing. And you don't even know if there's going to be any positive change with regards to what everybody is saying. Because a lot of politics is based on charisma, right? Yeah. It's all based on this image of what a good politician is supposed to be. I've been listening to a bunch of like video essays on Dune.
Oh, the book, Dune?
Yeah.
Have you read the book?
I read some of the book. Yeah,
I haven't. I don't know what the big deal about it is. Yeah. Because everybody are like Dune. Not even just for the movie, like known as the great sci-fi book. But
everybody asks me, do you pick Star Trek or do you pick Star Wars? I'm like, I'll pick Dune. Because I don't want to entertain the question because the question is dumb. So I'll just pick Dune, and I picked Dune for a very long time. And
is it good? Did you enjoy it?
It's very abstract in the sense that Frank Herbert doesn't really explain anything to you, so you have to sort of like venture. You sort of have to like piece it together in your head.
Yeah.
He doesn't describe an awful lot of what's happening on in the background. Like there'll be a war happening in the background. He doesn't even tell you what's going on because he's focusing on what the characters are saying. But the whole point of the book is, as he says, that he thinks that charismatic leaders should come with a warning label on their forehead saying, "May be hazardous to your health." That's the whole point of the book. And it can be a bit difficult for people to process because the main character is essentially kind of the villain of the whole plot. Like he doesn't realize he's the villain, but because he's this hero character.
The main character is the villain.
Not exactly, but it's this thing of where the dude is bound to become a great leader.
Yeah.
And the book doesn't tell you if that's a good thing or not. That's the whole point of the book. Like charismatic leaders should be questioned.
Yeah.
Because that was Frank Herbert's whole deal. Like, why don't people question?
As well. He's flawed as well.
Yeah, he's quite flawed as well. Like in the book, the hero's son ascends to essentially godhood. And he brings peace for centuries throughout the universe, but at the cost of like 60 billion lives.
Yeah.
So you really have to ask yourself, is this good? When you have a leader that's this charismatic, this capable, this inspirational, is there something wrong about this? Should we be worried? Because this happens in every single country. We get a leader, we're really enthusiastic about the leader, so much so that we don't pay attention to what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
And then later on we found out, oh, he was actually a piece of shit, but we liked how he looked and we liked how he spoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank Herbert talked about how John F. Kennedy was particularly dangerous because he was so charismatic, right? Because everybody liked what he was saying. He was pro-civil rights. Then he died young and essentially became a martyr. But under his leadership, you got into the Cuban Missile Crisis. You got into Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then
we got into Marilyn Monroe as well.
Oh yeah, no, that's I did Marilyn Monroe not because she was easy, but because I was hot.
Ask not what Marilyn can do for you. What you can do for Marilyn.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Fucking idiot.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I think when she sang that song, that sealed her fate. So like, yeah.
Get rid of the bitch right now.
Get rid.
The funny thing was,
God.
then I think, and then Frank Herbert went on to say the most useful president.
Yeah.
For informing the people what an actual president is like is Richard Nixon, who came after him.
Yeah.
Because there is no hiding how huge a dirtbag Nixon was.
Oh, right? No. I love Nixon personally because during his days, Iran was quite prosperous. It was just like he was BFFs with the Shah. He even came to his funeral.
Oh yeah.
And they even some even suspected he envied Shah in the sense that they believed that some of his generals talk about once Nixon came and spoke to them. Yeah. In a very joking manner. But it seemed like he was dwelling the idea, if he asks, will the military perform a coup and will come into the White House and take over Washington, and he can be almost like a stable figure of the politics without what he really wanted to do. Right. But he was very good. Kissinger, on the other hand, was a real crook.
Oh my God!
He's still alive, the son of a bitch. But on the other hand, Nixon was the shit for Iran.
Iran. Yeah.
Have you heard the Larry King story regarding what Nixon told him?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Regarding when John F. Kennedy was killed?
No, what did he say?
Nixon was in Texas the day of the Kennedy assassination when he was actually he wasn't. I don't know why he was there. Actually, I don't remember. But I remember he was at the airport when John F. Kennedy just landed. Oh, well, was about to land. So the airport had some preparation going on for John F. Kennedy. It was like, the president is coming. Yeah, and they were like, oh, great. And his friend kind of nudged at him and it was like, hey, a couple of votes here and there, you would have been the president.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was like, fuck it, I don't want to think about that. And it was like, all right. They got into the plane, flew up, landed, I don't know where. Yeah. And his driver doesn't show up.
Okay.
His driver doesn't show up. They wait for a driver a little bit. Nothing comes up. He's like, let's just take a cab.
Right. He
gets into a cab. And the cab goes into the city. Suddenly, there's a red light. His cab stops. Right. And a lady runs out of the house screaming.
Right.
Screaming, and Nixon pulls the window down and says, like, ma'am, what happened? Yeah. Can I help you? And she looks at Nixon and passes out. Yeah. He jumps out of the car, grabs her and is like, hey, what? Hey, wake up. And she wakes up and she says, the president just got shot. Right. And the first person I could see when I came out of the house is you. The fucking world is coming to an end. Wow. I was like, that's some biblical.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. No, I think at that point, passing out is the right thing to do.
You're like, okay.
Okay, well.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, nope, time to KO.
Yeah, finish. Was like, what do you do then? And you kind of see the same biblical patterns now. I swear to you, like you see the Trump, 2020. Yeah, it's a weird. Yeah, biblical element to it. Yeah. Like, and not just the plague, COVID-19 plague that we're experiencing right now. It's just, I mean, Mike Pence is having a conversation with a fly with a red eye and a fly sitting on its head. Right. Yeah. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, yeah, you can attribute that to him being sick, or some even say he had COVID. Yeah. But at the same time, 200 years ago, had I seen the same thing, I would think this guy is a zombie or some shit, or a witch or a Satan worshiper. Yeah, like
my first thought would be, oh, whatever curse he's been using get into power is now backfiring.
The demon is coming out of his eye or something.
Yeah, the fly is whispering evil thoughts in his head. Hey, you look like shit. Go home, take a nap. What's wrong with you?
Your penis is small. No.
Touch a lady.
Grab her by the pussy.
Grab her.
It's a very weird thing Trump said, though.
Yeah.
I've had locker room talk with guys. I'm not a saint, but for God's sake.
No, that's very weird.
Like, grab him by the foot.
It's not a grabbable
area. My friend was like, you can hook it, but you can't grab it. I'm like, what?
Like, you don't... Trump is weird. Trump is very, very weird. But it's... Yeah, no.
You think he will win?
Well, I'm not really sure. The polls suggest that he's lagging behind, but he was lagging behind before, so we can't really tell. It could be that whatever complacency took place that allowed Trump to get into office in the first place will be lessened because of how huge a shit show America has gotten to at this point. Yeah. So people who were originally just sort of apathetic about it because they didn't like Trump enough to want to vote Hillary in.
Yeah.
Might actually come back and consider Joe Biden, because I don't think Joe Biden is a better choice than Hillary. The man seems barely cogent.
The man seems like he's about to die.
Yeah. No.
I'm not saying that in a very light term. Yeah. He looks like a man at the very last year or two of his life.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Trump, his hand is like holding onto the podium like a cane.
Yeah. I saw the video of him talking about how he would sit on the pool side and there were kids in the pool and his hairs would get blonde in the sun and the kids would come up and just like play with the hairs on his legs and jump on his lap and I like kids on my lap. I'm like, Joe, why are you like this?
Creepy. He has a little creep to him.
He's a little bit, he's a little handsy. He's a little bit too easy with
women.
With the women.
It's like, what was it that he had this? He was talking about God, and then he forgot he's talking about God. He was talking about God, and then he forgot who he was talking about. So it was like, that guy I was talking about right now.
You mean the one with the beard in the sky? That one?
That one?
Yeah.
Jesus, Yahweh.
Yeah.
Buddha. What are you talking about? Which one?
I can just imagine like a Hindu god with 1,000 arms just face palming 1,000 times. Just, what is wrong with you? Oh God, American politics is very weird, very, very weird. But it's always been very, very weird, I think. Even when it's good, it's very weird. Like they had Theodore Roosevelt, that's basically a real life Ron Swanson. In fact, I'm pretty sure when they designed Ron Swanson, what would Theodore Roosevelt look like today? And they just went ahead and did it. And then you had guys like Ronald Reagan, who was a cowboy actor.
Was an actor.
Yeah.
Weed smoking.
Yeah.
Actor.
Well, okay. The great thing about Ronald Reagan that people forget is that his wife had a professional astrologer on the phone at all times. Do you know this one?
No, I did not know that.
So Nancy Reagan had a professional astrologer that would be on call at any moment because the assassination attempt on Reagan had just happened, and Nancy was panicking.
The one with his bodyguard took the bullet?
Yeah, that one. And, Nancy in her vulnerable state got really, really worried. So she was trying everything in her power to try and protect her husband. Unfortunately, that one of those things was kind of like a con artist astrologer. So at one point they were.
I love him already.
Yeah,
I love those people.
Yeah.
If you can make the first lady, you're like dumb enough to believe your shit.
Yeah.
My hat is off to you. Man. Take the money. You earned it.
Yeah, no, like at that point, it's like we'll get to like con artist teaching lessons in a bit, but. Yeah, there was this one point where they were hovering over an airport because they said it's not a good time to land. So they were just hovering over the airport because it wasn't a good time to land.
Just because the first lady's astrologer told her it's not a good time to land.
Yeah, it's not
a good time to land.
America's a very weird place.
Americans are dumb.
Yeah,
they're too, and their dumbness comes from the fact that it comes from they haven't had a real major conflict within their own region.
Yeah.
Which caused them to be considerably ignorant and insulated as well towards the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I saw this meme that represented America perfectly. It says how the world actually looks like, which is like a map of the earth.
Yeah. And
how Americans see the world, which is just America and nothing else.
Nothing else.
It's like and their education system is also, judging by what I'm saying, just keep going backwards.
Oh, that's political. That's largely political because the authorities that are in charge of things like textbooks and whatnot, have the heavy involvement of state government.
State government, religion. I didn't knew how religious. I don't have a problem with religion or Christianity or anything like that, but it's just like they have a higher dose of religion than a Catholic priest in Vatican.
Yeah, no, that's not even inaccurate. There have been attempts to get rid of like evolution in textbooks, in biology textbooks.
Yeah.
Which is really problematic because you need to have at least an understanding of what the theory of evolution is if you want to understand like how viruses mutate. Right? Yeah. Because that's a part of evolution right there. It's the virus going through countless trials and errors and then adapting when it's suddenly not good enough to spread. That's why there's a new strain of the virus that's more infectious but less deadly now. Right? Yeah. But you won't know why that happens if you don't have at least a basic understanding of evolution.
It has mutated, God knows, like 10 times already. The corona itself has mutated since the first 2 months it was out. They said it has already undergone like 2 or 3 mutations.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah, no. I mean, that'll happen with most flu viruses anyway, which is why the flu virus is so hard to kill. But with the coronavirus, it's really interesting because it's somehow making itself more infectious by making itself less deadly. Because if you can survive the virus, you'll pass it on. And the gestation period seems to be getting longer, right? So you're going asymptomatic for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But again, you won't know why that's happening, if you keep believing that dinosaurs are Jesus horses. That's not gonna.
Okay. Jesus horses.
Yeah. You need to. I've seen paintings of Jesus riding a Stegosaurus. It's magnificent.
Look at him. Look at this hotness.
Yeah.
Look at the hair.
Yeah.
He was Middle Eastern,
He was.
And he's getting gradually whiter by the day.
He started out as a brown dude from Bethlehem.
He was a Jewish dude.
Yeah. You just know that on the second coming of Jesus, when he comes back to save the world, his first problem is going to be getting past TSA. Like, I have come to save the world. I am the Messiah.
Sir, we've picked you for a random check. Open up the cheeks.
Open up the cheeks. Yeah.
If you have this man here, like,
they're gonna waterboard Jesus. It's like, I float on this shit. What is wrong with you? I'm the son of God. Yeah, well, you're hiding secrets now. Where's ISIS?
Where's ISIS? Tell me what was your view from the top?
Where's the oil? I'm Jewish. That's not much better.
Yeah. Oh, you're Jewish. It's okay. We can let you go. We have to let you go.
We gotta let you go.
Oh no! Well, if we send you back to Israel, not Israel.
No.
They killed me there.
I was a carpenter and they nailed me to a plank of wood. This is
the irony.
the irony is not lost on me, people.
Yeah, say what you will about them. They have a good sense of humor. I would do the same.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm living my life, making my money, and some young Jewish boy comes along and say, "Hey, you need to spend your money on poor people." Fuck you. Fuck you. I'll nail you to a cross.
Come in here with your robes and your sandals and your surfer hair.
Yeah, trying to feed my family. Be kind. I am kind. And the nerve you have to say, "Oh, I died for your sins." Dude, I stole a popsicle. I don't need you. You're really overreacting here.
Yeah. All I did was hoodwink somebody out of falafel. You didn't need to die for that.
No.
Yeah, you could have just, oh, Jesus sprained his ankle for our sins or something.
Yeah.
You had to straight up die? That's a bit much, Jesus.
I died for your sins. Oh, the arrogance of you.
We didn't ask for that.
I didn't do it. Chill the fuck out. As far as I'm concerned, nobody was whipping him. He was whipping himself. Yeah. And we were like, that's Jesus. Just leave him alone.
Just leave him alone. He's going through some shit. He never knew his dad until much later on.
Yeah. me and my family have a saying. It's like when things get hard in life, I'm like, look, God did that to his son. What the fuck do you think you'll do to you? He just did that.
Technically, when you think about it, Jewish people are Asian, right?
Yeah.
Because the Middle East is part of the Asian continent.
Yeah.
So this makes sense because all Asian parents are very, very strict with their kids.
Yeah.
So when something bad happens to you, it's like, good. Do some more. Do some more.
Get that matzo ball. One of the short jokes that I have heard was, I still don't know how Mary convinced Joseph.
Yeah.
God. No. It was God.
It was God.
It was God.
It was God. Yeah. It was God. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Joseph was a retard.
I mean, look, if you can, what are you going to tell the neighbors, right? That's of all Asian cultures, that's the thing that people care about the most. Like, what are you going to tell the neighbors?
Yeah, I hate that mentality.
Yeah.
Even though social media and everything, it's still
the neighbors. What will the neighbors think?
Yeah, what would our relatives say?
What would the relatives say? So Joseph did what he gonna do. It was God. It was God. It was God. God knocked up my wife. Right? So like, oh, okay, Joe. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, and he got lucky. Probably it was a full moon and shit, and everything matched. It's like,
that's really great, Joe.
Totally God.
Could you pass me the challah bread? I just came for dinner, Joe. I didn't need.
I didn't need any of that shit.
I didn't need an explanation.
I didn't even ask.
I didn't ask. I just wanted
I got kids to feed.
I just wanted to see how Mary was doing. I just wanted to see your son, quote unquote, who is talking now. By the way, he's just been born. He really talks a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't need an explanation. It's fine. It's just it's okay. It's okay. Could you bring the kid over? I need a drink. Just bring the water and the kid. I need to get drunk. Yeah.
Arguably, man. It's so I don't know.
I always wondered how Jesus took a bath.
Yeah, in the water.
Right, because if you do
if you're floating on the water, how the fuck is it?
That's why he had to float over it.
Yeah.
Because if he dunked it, that's why he had to walk on the water.
Yeah.
Because if he went into the water, the whole thing would turn into Merlot. The entire ecosystem would be fucked up.
Well, he was never popular in bars.
No.
He would always order a glass of water.
Yeah. Kevin Keeper is like, really, Jesus? Really?
Jesus.
I'm trying to do business here.
Yeah, I need to make some money.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Jesus. You're killing me. Oh no, that'll happen to me later on. It's okay.
Don't worry, I'll die for my sin. I'll die for your sins.
I'll die for your sins. Yeah, but that doesn't pay the bills, Jesus.
You'll die, I'll cry for a day, and then I'll get back to work.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
You died, and then 3 days later you came back. You know what the rest of us call that, Jesus? A weekend.
It's like, what was it? What was it? Joy Diaz?
Yeah, of course.
It's like, I have a Jewish lawyer.
Of course he does.
He says, like, in his office, he has this painting of 12 Jews beating up Jesus, Goodfellas style.
That's really good to just let you know where your lawyer stands in your life.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, you need to establish the boundaries. This is the boundary. just making you sure where you think you should stand in my life. It's not because he's Jewish, it's because he's a lawyer. You need to know where the lawyer stands.
When are you going to do comedy again, man? We're at 45 minutes, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, this shit flies. You'll probably get it in 2 hours, and then it'll be like the sun's setting when you come out of the room.
Yeah.
This happens every single time when you do the podcast and you keep talking.
Oh, that's the fun of it. Especially if the dynamic is there and you're flowing.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
And then you get snow Mexicans, and then,
and then you
chocolate DNA starts flying all over the place.
A squirt of a bit of a touch of Milo.
That's
my ideal woman would be that.
Yeah. Just like really, 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 really offend the KKK. Just, you got chocolate DNA? You got an Iranian and a Malay dude in the same room? And there's chocolate DNA all over the place. I'm gonna burn a cross. I'm gonna burn a cross right here. I don't know why the KKK member sounds like Bill Burr. It just, I don't know. Chocolate.
You know that the Dave Chappelle's joke. Chocolate. This is doo-doo, baby.
Classic. I have this idea of like a KKK member, right, who is also environmentally conscious.
What?
No, I just like the idea of like, they're terrible people, but they've got like one or two redeeming qualities. And you think about that for a bit.
The fact that they're still KKK and Grand Wizard and everything, like, why? How is it possible?
I don't know. What I think happened was it started out as a really involved game of D&D.
Do you have a power outlet nearby?
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think the KKK started out as like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
The Grand Wizard.
Yeah. I listened to another podcast about the KKK, and their ranks, what they're called, are all completely insane.
Grand Wizard.
There's the Grand Cyclops.
There's a Cyclops.
There's a Grand Cyclops.
Maybe that's how they catch people.
And then there's the Grand Dragon.
Come again?
There's also a Grand Dragon. So it's all these weird mythological creatures that the leaders are named after, depending on which clavern you're in.
Grand Dragon.
There's a Grand Dragon. And there's a Grand Cyclops. There's a Grand Wizard.
Awesome.
And it sounds like a D&D campaign.
Literally, like, if I don't know, I would go there and be like, okay, so I'm gonna be the Grand High Priestess.
Yeah. That's essentially what it sounds like. You're gonna love this. Do you know what the rule book of the KKK is called?
No. What?
The Cloran. This is not a joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Doesn't. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
with a K, the Cloran. Yes.
Lordy Jesus.
Yeah. They were on some. So the South is really good for growing weed. I think that's what happened.
My friend sends me a picture of a rally.
Yeah.
Rally, like, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a black and white picture of a rally outside of the White House.
Yeah.
And I was like wondering, like, what the fuck am I looking at? Because I saw like these people. I honestly thought it's like a game or something, a game picture or some shit, and I didn't realize it's a KKK rally.
Oh,
because they were in a very strange formation walking, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Then it was a KKK, and it was a parade
of a bunch of clanners.
Like, all the like when I say clanners, it looked like there was at least 500, 600 people there.
Just a whole bunch of white, pointy-headed dudes just outside the White House.
Yeah, and the way they were formed at first, in my eyes, I felt like they're fences or like a celebration or something. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's a legitimate day they were celebrating.
Oh,
outside of the White House. I'm like,
yeah. Okay. So,
and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks because you see like the black people are getting like all their problems now. They still got problems.
They still got. To be black is to have problems. Honestly.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
It's like in America it's weird because it comes from I don't know where it came. What's the source of it really?
Yeah.
It's just white supremacy or whatever.
Yeah.
In Asia even black people have problem, but it comes from. To my knowledge, it comes from like feng shui.
Okay.
Like I asked because like the racism I hear towards black people in Asia, it's more like, it's more DNA like.
Yeah.
Racism because they're like, oh, you're bad luck.
Right. Like, really?
Yeah, that's one version of it I've heard.
That is different.
Yeah, they said like, oh, you're bad. You're bad luck. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I had a friend who was black.
Yeah. And
my friend not my friend, actually a person who I only was on a high and by.
Yeah.
Just high and by basis.
Yeah.
Tapped me on my shoulder and called them the N-word.
Really?
Not like with hatred. He just pointed at him and smiled and said the N-word.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I don't look, the person who I say hi and bye to, I don't even know his name.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you do that? I don't have any thing about it. I was like so puzzled by it because it wasn't hate. There was no hate in what he was saying.
Right.
But it was the most unnecessary thing. You walked up to me who you really don't know, pointed at my friend who's black and just said the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, even he was startled. He was like, what? I was like, sorry about that. He was like, I'm not even offended. I really just want to know.
Where is this coming from? Like, okay, you know what it is? I think it's just, you have this very limited exposure to black people. Your only exposure to black people is through the media.
Yeah.
Right? So it's essentially like seeing a D-list celebrity out in the open, right?
Yeah.
But the whole thing, the celebritydom is very low key and extends to an entire ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right. So when you see a black person on the road, you're like, look, it's Arsenio Hall or something like that.
Yeah, quite true.
Yeah, so it's like seeing a rare bird.
But you would expect it to go away nowadays, but it's still very present.
No. See, there's a bunch of prejudice that happens and all sorts of things. First of all, Malaysia gets a lot of student migrants, right? And a lot of them come from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right. And if you talk to other people from the African continent, the Nigerians in general don't have a great reputation. Yeah. So that's been confirmed. That sort of also confirms Malaysian suspicions of Nigerians as well when they come here.
Yeah.
Because you had the black money scams and you had the love scams and all of this thing. That's kind of like, that's prevalent, right?
Yeah.
And that's reinforced by other outsiders' opinions of African people who come here as well. You could be Ghanaian. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
You could be South African. You could come from Botswana or Zimbabwe. It doesn't matter. You get lumped in, right?
Shit.
You get lumped in. So the prejudice comes from the assumption that everybody who is black must be that kind of African person. That doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times. It's like, well, it's hearing it in Malaysia for me was the odd. Malaysians are pretty racist when it comes. Just like you have the.
It's a very casual sort of
the most casual racism ever. It's like they say it in passing and as if like, well, today's cold. It's cold today, and then with the same tone, the racism remark comes through, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's this thing that's prevalent with Asian culture. I notice where you say cruel shit even though you don't really mean to be cruel, because that's just how people speak.
By the way, when are you gonna start doing comedy? Are you gonna? What do you think is gonna happen to comedy, man?
No, comedy is not gonna go dead. Comedy is not. I mean, comedy will survive regardless, because I think with us, it's a thing we can't stop doing anyway, right? It's this cathartic thing that we learn. It's the survival skill that we've had forever. But our main concern is just the preservation of venues. That's the problem. Yeah, because without the customers, without the money coming in, we don't know the venues can survive.
Yeah.
And without the venues, it doesn't matter how funny you are. There will be no people to come and watch you. So that, I think, is the main concern. I think more often than not that Malaysians tend to be very, very resilient in times of emergency. We are not good when things are fine. Like, we are terrible at just day-to-day running of things. Like, we're not like Singaporeans. Like, I'm honestly surprised one of the trains haven't exploded yet, honestly. But we tend to do really well in emergencies. I don't know what that is. Like, the first wave, I think we were the only country in the Southeast Asian region to have to very quickly move online and to do shows online on Zoom or, on Skype or whatever. And I think we were also the first country to recover quickly enough to start doing shows live again. So, as far as KL is concerned, I think that Malaysians are fairly resilient, and we'll figure out a way to keep it alive. Yeah, because
I miss it. I really miss it.
Yeah, it is.
I'm still an amateur. Like, I'm trying to find my footing.
Oh, you'll be we're all amateurs till we die. That's the way to think about it.
Good point. Very good point. Very good mentality for that. But at the same time, I'm like, I miss that ecstasy of it. Like, remember the first show we did after we came back live again? I remember I was like shaking, like really on my foot. Like, even when I went off the stage and started doing material, it was on the edge a little bit. The crowd was weird that day. Still, it was it wasn't a perfect crowd. But I think we all the energy wasn't being dispersed properly because of the social distancing among people. At the same time, I was going like, if me and I don't remember who else was with me, but we were all like talking about that. I think I asked you if you're gonna do new material.
Yes, that's right.
I asked you new material, and you said and I was like, all right, that's good, because I wasn't sure if I should do it. But there was also this sense that we all wanted to kill. Everybody wants to kill, but that day we all really wanted to kill. Really wanted to make sure that it's gonna be good. So there was that thirst for it, which I'm gonna miss. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna take at least another 6 months for it to come back.
I don't think, depending on how long the quarantine period is going to last, I don't think it'll take that long either. I think with regards to Malaysian comedians, with regards to like the comedy scene in Southeast Asia in general, there is a lot of hunger. Right? Because we have a chip on our shoulder and we have a lot to prove. Like, we're comparing ourselves to the rest of Asia, the rest of Europe, the rest of America, right? We have a lot to prove. So you'll find that the scene is going to bounce back quite hard.
Maybe with new comedians as well. Some newcomers.
That's one thing that unfortunately didn't happen. We didn't get as many new comics, and the acts couldn't be brought in from abroad. However, this is also a good thing, because now we're forced to put ourselves on stage for longer periods of time. Now we're going to have to step up to the plate of becoming headliners ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I have like half an hour of material. I intend to do a half-hour show. You know?
That would be good. I'll watch that.
Right. I mean, you've heard.
You're the first comedian I think I saw.
Yeah.
When the first time I came to Crack House.
Really?
Yeah, you had longer hair, of course.
I still do.
Yeah.
But that. Yeah, we're gonna have to get better because we're not necessarily gonna get new blood.
Yeah.
Right? Because new blood is attracted by a vibrancy of the scene.
Yeah, and if it's not vibrant, then
it's not vibrant. But what you do have is that whoever are left are very hungry. Yeah,
you're gonna have pure. Yeah, like pure compounds, purity, like diamonds.
Just Peruvian marching. Let's cut blow. Yeah. Eat ass and snort coke. Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I'm doing Joey.
Snorting coke, eating ass.
Yes. Yeah.
Namaste, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be that. We're gonna get a concentrate of scene. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, yeah.
I've been like coming to Crack House for like about 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
I haven't done comedy for 3-4 years. Been coming to it for 3-4 years. So I've got to see the growth in everybody. Like I saw you 4 years ago, and I still see you.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm seeing this huge development in people all around. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I forgot who's his name. The guy who manages Crack House as well. I forgot his name. Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna do the Malaysian
who does
thing.
The ISIS.
What's his race?
He's Malay. I think Malay Chinese. Born in Middle East.
Rizman.
Fuck! I forgot his name. I haven't seen him in ages.
Yeah.
I saw his first show.
Yeah.
And he was bombing.
Yes.
But he was taking it on the chin.
Yeah, he was.
And I think the first show I came was a Crack Gong show.
Very brutal.
But at the same time, I saw him keep going on the stage, and now I'm looking at him killing. I'm like, all right, now that's resilience. That's like he kept at it. And now he's like, I see him, his IG stories, he's like, comes up with a joke on his feet. I'm like, all right, this guy, he's going to be something. He's going to do something really nice.
Well, the reason that's really interesting because halfway through his progression, he saw what could happen to comedians who lost the drive and then slid back.
Yeah.
And that became a bit of a cautionary tale for him, and saw that when a good comedian backslides, they start doing what he used to do when he started out. So the bad habits of a young comedian can come back even if you're an experienced one. That was like a wake-up call. So after that, the dude just writes every day, just non-stop.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I like him. I like his act. I really like his act.
And he's very clever. He seems like a bit of a scatterbrained dumbass, but he's because he's so young. He's not even 25. But
seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. How old is he?
He's in his early 20s.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm older than him. Okay.
Yeah. No, we're all older than him.
Okay.
Our nickname for him is the Fuckling. So he's one of the youngest people there, with the exception of perhaps Irfan. Irfan is only 20-21 now.
Okay, wow.
So he was very young. He used to come to the Crack House as a guest at 19. Irfan did.
Jeez.
Yeah, but we didn't know because with the beard he looked 33 years old. But now he's pretty young. Irfan is also really good in that he is a dry and very dark comedian, but he's getting better, which is really good. His turning point was that he once mentioned that he didn't understand why people said that in order to be a real comedian, you have to go through something really hard in your life. And that actually happened. I won't go into detail, but that actually happened. And then you could see like he he was like broken and he's mending himself, and where the cracks are happening, he's like stronger where they form. And that's how you get better, I think, because I strongly believe that comedy is this survival mechanism that you learn to master.
I will actually talk more about that with you maybe in the next episode.
Yeah.
Because I had some insights to that in my own personal life.
Yeah.
Where somebody was telling me, it was like, whenever something horrific happens, you either make a joke about it or laugh about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want me to cry about?
Exactly.
so
I can't.
No, it's done. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna make fun of it. Well, in life, you better laugh at it. I prefer to laugh rather than cry. I'm 26, and by the way the 2020 is going, I'm not really looking forward to the rest of it. So I might as well make it as funny as possible.
You're gonna have to, because I think that's the reason why dank memes became the prevalent force on the internet. Because it's an entire traumatized generation of kids that have gone through some terrible shit and are now just coping with memes. Right? Because that's the only way you can cope. Because if you were actually honest with how you felt all the time, all you would do is cry.
Pretty much.
Nonstop. Yeah.
Anyways, dude, we did an hour and 30. I would love to keep this going for...
Yeah.
We can keep going for another hour or so, perhaps, but let's keep it up going, because also I have to buy the RSS feed.
Okay.
Me no money.
Yeah.
Want a happy ending? What
I think I've sprayed enough of my DNA all over you.
The Milo.
That is. I wasn't expecting. If you had told me, if like a fortune teller would told me tomorrow you're gonna spray your chocolate DNA all over an Iranian dude in your brother's bedroom, I'll be like, is this a porno setup? That sounds like a porno setup.
This podcast is brought to you by Brazzers.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
just a Pornhub drum.
Naughty America. Take care, man.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. I love doing this with you.
This has been really fun. We should do this again sometime.
We will do this for sure if you're up for it.
Yes.
I think
all day, every day.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. Yes.
Let's do it, man.
Yes.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, fuckers.
Bye-bye, fuckers. Bye-bye, fuckers.
I don't know how to. When I don't know what to say, I usually put an F word. Fucking. Bye, guys.
Bye.